as one of the aging population in the world. When I say aging, old people, like Oyinbo, they always plan ahead. Those who are in their 60s now, majority of them in their pension, in their everything, they have been putting together fund for their care for when they will need them, from when they were like around that 60, 70. Because by the time you get to 80, 90, you're going to need a carer. And you see this Scotland has one of the highest population of old aging population, which means United Kingdom and our citizens and our residents, they are always going to need carers in the sector. So if people who are working in the healthcare are being underpaid, and the immigrants who are taking the job cannot make more than certain amount in a year. So if you now pretend to make law that you want to control immigration, so all of that will disappear, but it's not going to happen all of a sudden. Remember, people are already suffering from the overstretch of the entire system. But politicians want to score a quick, cheap one. That is where my own advice comes to you. Because I am from Nigeria. And I know that Nigerians who have been coming to this country in the last 13 years, the chunk of them, they came to this country legally because they came as skilled workers, people who had something to contribute, and they have been contributing up to date. Sure, you get. So if they are going to be thrown under the bus at this point, that is where my own advice comes in. It is not worth it. You know what I mean? Because you see those who are already in, whether as a student, sure you get, as a student now, you have dependents. Your husband, be your wife. You have your children. Some of you have brought them in already. Sure you get. Very great, very fine. Some of you have been here for 2 years. Some for the past 1 year. Some of you are students, they gave you 2.5 years, 2.5 years. Abi, your own seems a bit better, you will say, Abi, which means you are given limited time of time you can work. Meanwhile, you must ensure that you are paying your school fees, even if the work you are doing and that of your dependent could barely pay your bills. You must make sure you are paying your school fees and you are attending classes. Now, here is the thing you need to know. With what they have just done now, it simply means you can easily remain in this country at the expiration of your study. Whether you want to do postgraduate, post, whatever, you know what I mean? You can use them if you can afford them, okay? In the next 4 years, many of you, your visas will run out. Remember, you need to keep your job so that your dependents can remain in the country. Now, the twist here is this. You must be earning a certain amount of money. What people don't know now is, could the combination of income be a saving grace? Why not? If you are a couple living together, both working, there may be combination of your pay can give you that base of 38,000 pounds. That may be the only grace. If either of you or combination of you are unable to earn that threshold, they will write you to remind you the day you have to leave the country. And the issue of what did they call it? What are they calling that again? Indefinite stay. I mean, definite leave to remain. The one that then gets you closer to either becoming British, getting your passport, and the rest of that. Now, that will now be decided or determined by how much you are earning, not how much you have contributed to the country, which primarily was why they said they were bringing you in as skilled workers. All those hours, all those extra shifts, all those extra time, all those things you put in for the next 5 years, if none of them comes down to 38,000 pounds sterling a year, you are toast, though. And that is where we are going to advise a lot of you who are also going to plan your Japa. I promise you one thing, no matter how stringent their conditions, as long as the criminals in Nigeria continue to destroy Nigeria, listen to me, Nigerians will continue to find means to continue to afford those stringent conditions. But that will be for those who are still planning to come. But for those of us who are here, I think I'm beginning to believe that our days are numbered. It's just going to take one single far-right politician and their group to blame us for why the system is not working. And one single pronouncement can turn that plastic card, abi that booklet called passport, it can turn it into a souvenir. And I am not joking. Ask those who probably studied the history of the Nazis and what they did. It took one madman to lead army of a million of devotees, and that changed the course of history. I just want you to remember that there is always going to be a time they will remind us that we are immigrants, and only one policy will kind of happen, and you and I will be having this conversation again. As it is for now, if you ask me, Mayegun, what do you think about relocating to the UK? First, I'm going to say, Baba, do you really have so much part of your life that you want to probably put forward towards the political gambling in this country? There are people that are going to be mentally ruined. We are already experiencing serious problems gone, where people have been defrauded. They have been offered jobs, offered their visas. They go to the UK. There is no job. Some of them have become destitute. Some of them have become, God knows, right? This is another different story of the abuse of the same system that we're talking about. Now, I don't know if I can explain the mental, torture that people have been through just simply because they want to relocate here or elsewhere. So, meanwhile, there are places that if I have to offer you that advice, there are places that indeed your mental health should still be able to handle. Not like the one that they will be using for gamble and all that, like here. But finally, that one is just for those who can afford to, because now person will get money, they travel. Sure, now person will get money, they Japa. Japa is not for poor person. Because some people will tell you, if I have 20 million, if I have 30 million, why should I Japa from Nigeria? But a lot of them, they are not different from those poor people. Poor people who believes that everything that you need to be rich is money. Sure you get. And today, you have billionaires in Nigeria who are living off the poverty capital of the world. So they said Nigerians are so rich that all they have is money. Sure, you understand now? So there are those who believe that if they have 30 million naira, why should they go abroad? But so many people don't understand that people live for different reasons. Abi, we've had people who survived kidnapping. And in their way, they were like, for surviving the kidnapping that they have not been, they didn't die. They would rather leave Nigeria. People are making choices to leave for so many reasons. But if you are looking for the one that gives you peace of mind, and any other sacrifices that people tells you, if you don't have a very strong mental health, a very strong one, no, you will break you if you come to the UK. I'm not saying you shouldn't. I am just letting you know what you are delving into. You see, those who are here right now, a lot of them will tell you today, those who have become the victims, they will tell you, see how everything turns out. And they continue to change the rules. That's the UK for you. There are places you can be where indeed, at least in 2 years, you become the resident. You can sort yourself and the rest of that. But above all, anywhere we will like, no will run. Everywhere, just like UK is currently pretending that they are working on a net migration. Everywhere they say we are welcomed. One of these days, like I said, it will only take one single politician and their group to say they don't want you anymore. And before you know it, they will begin to remind us we are immigrants. So those who have the chance of living Nigeria, they are like those who have a second chance. All of us, we are people who have second chance. And what do I mean by that? There's something they say about education. They say the best education in life is actually traveling. Some said, well, traveling is one of the best education in life. You are going to learn about
It is a colonial language. It is a colonial language. It is a colonial language. But we actually been requested to say something because there are some other people here who are so much interested in what we said. Our topic is the issue of corruption as far as leadership in Nigeria is concerned. It is a colonial language. But we actually been requested to say something because there are some other people here who are. It is a colonial language. But we actually been requested to say something because there are some other people here who are so much interested in what we said. Our topic is the issue of corruption as far as leadership in Nigeria is concerned. It is a colonial language. But we actually been requested to say something because there are some other people here who are so much interested in what we said. Our topic is the issue of corruption as far as leadership in Nigeria is concerned. I expressed my own understanding. I said, corruption does not spare any other country. And the human being, as you see him, as long as you don't implement the rules and the regulations of the country, don't think you can stop him. Human being can turn into anything. Sometimes he can even become animalistic. He even kills in pursuit of his own interest. It's universal, it's all over the world. That is why you find the world in crisis today. In Nigeria, you can really see somebody whose salary is not more than 300 naira a month. You find him having many houses, many cars, and everything. Nobody can believe what recently happened. A former accountant general of the Federation in Nigeria, who is accused and before the court of law for stealing over 109 billion naira, was last 3 weeks turbaned by the emir of Kano in Kano. Great celebrations, and the people were celebrating what actually was not in our character. This is something entirely new to us. You can't believe this. People claim that Nigeria has no money. Nigeria has money, but Nigeria has mismanagement. The leaders are not sensitive. National Assembly is not sensitive at all. And not only that, if care is not taken, future elections will be very, very difficult to be.
Glorify your name to the call, owner of the day, owner of the beginning and the head. I glorify your name to the call, Father of the glory. There is nobody can share the glory with you. You are beginning of the glory, you are everlasting glory. You are glorify your name to the call.
Amen. I am so sorry, right? I've been having that issue with my system. Okay, so what I had to do was to kind of restart the whole, the whole the whole system entirely, and I hope the freezing will stop. Okay, I hope. Mm? Thank you very much. By the way, so yeah, just trying to let you know that, no matter where we go to, like I said, it's just going to take one person to just say, listen, you are the reasons why we are having this problem now. Okay, we don't want you anymore. And when they are saying immigrants, where you have Nigerians, okay, then we'll begin to have this kind of conversation again. So if you have been outside Nigeria, it's a second chance for you. A chance that those who are still in Nigeria, they don't have. Like I said, a chance, number one, to call, white, to call black, to help liberate the mind of those that continue to defend the criminals that probably prompted your action of leaving Nigeria. Like, don't forget why you left. Don't forget what you were going through, what you saw. We all saw something that made us kind of make up our mind like, you know what? I'm just leaving this place. Stop loving Nigeria from abroad. Stop contributing to what is going on in Nigeria. Stop trying to think people who are speaking up, they have no idea of what they are doing. Because you see this sky that is crashing. Now all of us you go touch. Congratulations to you, Jare, inland specialists. 7 years in Canada, and he got his Canadian passport today, so he became a Canadian this year after 7 years. That is also the same Canada that you see some people in 5 years. In 2 years they get the permanent residency, and at the same time in 5 years they are already Canadians. And there are other people who are working so hard, contributing to their different country of residence, Abi. So all of us, we understand, who actually understand what it means to leave Nigeria and at the same time to experience life on the other side. And then you are supporting the criminals that sent you packing in the first place. So one of these days, initially, I was feeling like it's almost that time. When it got to a stage whereby everybody's like almost meeting all of their former neighbors, former juniors, seniors. Everybody's meeting themselves on the street of different places all over the world now, because a lot of people have moved. A lot of people have moved.
What shall I say unto the Lord?
Yes, Lord.
All I have to say,
Thank you, Lord.
thank you, Lord.
Thank you.
I don't read social media anymore. They abuse the hell out of me. If I read it, I get high blood pressure. I get angry. I don't read it. So, if I want to hear anything, my children or any of my workers will tell me, this one say this one. If I'm tired, I say, please, forget it.
Jay, help us, oh, help us. There is God, oh. There is God, oh, God, oh, God, oh, God, oh, God, oh, God, oh, God, oh. God should descend, oh, today God will descend here. Nigerian women will not cry in vain. Nigerian women will not cry in vain. This thing will end today. My sisters, if your child lost, will you stay and keep quiet?
My audio back, but it seems that for some reason, I am suffering from technical glitches tonight. Why is that? I've never suffered this kind of a technical glitch in a very long time. Do you see me now sitting down here and be like, what is going on? What do you think? Somebody said UK, but we are actually trying to enlighten ourselves. So we are not doing anything wrong, okay? So for some reason, they are trying to like, okay, we'll try to, go to the next thing, okay? Let's go to the next thing. The point here is that for those who are here, I hope you'll be able to sort of figure it out at some point, okay? So let's go to another thing. We have other things to also touch tonight, where the chief of army staff, Lagbaja, visited the people bombed 2 days ago, okay, just to tell them that they were sorry. Remember, I did say that they are going to probably go there. That's Lagbaja. So Lagbaja was there to commiserate with the people there and tell them they were sorry. So they were there with the leaders of the area. They were there at the, at where they did the mass burial. That's where they buried some of them. One of the mass burials of the victims. I'm bringing it closer. I think they are praying to their soul or something like that. So they are telling them that they are sorry. It was an accident. There is no one currently being held responsible. Unfortunately, some people are already trying to make it a tribal thing. So there are those who are already sharing this. Look at this. On social media, one called himself this. Yoruba Demon. These are fake account of APC. Egbekegbe. Do you understand? So here is another one. They are already trying to make it an Igbo thing, which is not true. Okay. So, however, Lagbaja, who was there, had this to say. This is going to be probably the first image you're going to see inside the survivors at the hospitals. Okay. So take a look.
Drop your phone. Who are you? My assessment of that unfortunate incident of Sunday, the 3rd of December 2023 is that it's grave, it's regrettable, but we will do everything possible to prevent such an occurrence happening again in the conduct of our operations going forward. I've gone around to visit and interact with the members of the community. I've come again now to the hospital to see the injured, and this will help me to know the level of expertise that I need to put on the table in conducting the inquiry into what happened on Sunday, so that that inquiry can come up with relevant recommendations that will guide us in the conduct of our operations going forward. The community has been enjoined to view what happened as just a temporary setback. It was not intended. It's regrettable, it's unfortunate, and we'll work with the community to provide necessary support to the community as a whole and to the injured persons, so that they can quickly regain their health. We are more encouraged by the support shown by the members of the community, even the injured ones here in the hospital, and that will go a long way to spur the troops to provide security, to provide an enabling environment for law-abiding citizens to go about their businesses. The troops will continue with the conduct of their operations. What we need to do is to fine-tune our operations such that we do not have this kind of lapses that will lead to unfortunate loss of life. Drop your phone. Who are you? My assessment of that unfortunate incident of Sunday, the 3rd of December 2023 is that it's grave, it's regrettable, but we will do everything possible to prevent such an occurrence happening again in the conduct of our operations going forward. I've gone around to visit and interact with the members of the community. I've come again now to the hospital to see the injured, and this will help me to know the level of expertise that I need to put on the table in conducting the inquiry into what happened on Sunday, so that that inquiry can come up with
You know what? I think technically we would have to, postpone this conversation, okay? So for some reason, I couldn't really figure out what is like pushing it back and forth, I would say. But yeah, that was the Lagbaja guy who was saying, you heard him anyway. So he was pretty much saying they were sorry, and everything else you heard there is balderdash rubbish. There's nothing that's going to happen to anybody. And please, Give me a sec. Can you still hear me, by the way? Somebody said that I should continue. Now, here is what we're going to do. All right. Nobody is dealing with anybody. Don't worry. Sometimes, equipment can act up. Okay. So if you want me to continue, I can, but I just feel like maybe it has already taken out the vibe. Sure, you get. So a lot of people said we should continue. So we will continue. And hopefully, there will be no freezing. There will be no technical glitches anymore. Okay. So thank you very much. We will continue. So the parts where I want to clear on this issue of the bombing is that they are currently saying that they are sorry. Okay. It was an accident. Nobody is going to be held responsible for that. Everybody knows, okay? However, just for the sake of all of you watching me right now, I have managed to get someone who was able to put a timeline on the activities of the Nigerian army, where they have mistakenly killed people like that, bombed them in the past. So now I'll read some of them back to you. Between 2017 and 2023, the Nigeria military, the Nigerian Air Force, they have mistakenly 16 times, you heard me, 16 times mistakenly bombed Nigerians, and not a single time has anybody been held responsible for any of them, ever. To those of us who call APC, Egbekegbe, Apààyàn People's Congress, Al-Qaeda People's Congress, we have our reasons and our experiences. See, in January 2017, they had this airstrike on a refugee camp in Ran. I've told you about that, Abi. This was about 6 years ago, right? In Ran, in Borno State. So their official record said 23 people killed. But the unofficial record actually showed that more than 100 people were killed in that camp. I told you that one before. This was January 2017. In March 2017, there was this airstrike on a village near Bama in Borno State. The record said 17 people killed. That is their official record. For those who actually keep the unofficial, they will say, which is actually should have been official, more than 60 people died. 2 months after they killed over 100, accidental or mistake bombing. In January 2018, the same airstrike on a village near Auno, Borno State. Their record said 48 people killed. Listen to me. The unofficial record actually showed that over 100 people killed. Again, nobody was held responsible. Sometimes again in March 2000 and, hang on. The airstrike, there's another one. This was in September 2017. There was an airstrike on a village near Kalabage in Borno State. Their record said they killed 55 people. Of course, you should know that that's not the official. Okay. Now, another one was in March 2018, which was in Ran in Borno State again. So another one in February 2019. This was somewhere again in Marte, Borno State. They said 13 people, they died. Again, Nigerian Air Force in April 2019. Another airstrike in a village near Tangaram, Zamfara. According to them, now only one person died. In February 2020, another airstrike near the border with Nigeria, in Nigeria Republic, they said 7 people died. Of course, you know that's not 7 people. In April 2020, in Damboa, they also attacked another village and bombed innocent people there. 17 people died. They were also sorry because it was a mistake. So in June 2021, they also had another airstrike. In a village near Geno, Niger State, where 20 people also died. In September 2021, in a village called Yunusari in Yobe State, they mistakenly bombed a village and killed 10 people, official. Also, in February 2022, there was another airstrike in Kankia in Katsina State. The same Nigerian army killed 12 people officially, but it was also a mistake somehow. So sometimes again in July 2022, another airstrike in a village called Kunkuna. This is in Katsina State. According to them, the mistake killed 28 people. Nobody was held responsible. Then in December, which is yesterday, they announced that now only 120 people died. And it was a mistake. So do you not agree with some of us who believe that Nigeria is a mistake? Or these people continue to prove to us all the time that Nigeria is actually a mistake? And if there's anything that should be done is to correct the mistake. Nigerian army are killing Nigerians by mistake. And the person that is making the mistakes in that Nigerian Air Force and Nigerian army, they are getting paid and they are even getting promoted. Because all it takes is just to say sorry. I'm so sorry. We are so sorry. That's the one I wanted to see on that. Since we have been experiencing glitches here and there, I won't be taking calls tonight, okay? But again, we have, we have those that believes that whatever you think is happening in Nigeria, there is nothing anybody can do about it. Okay? You can complain and lament and do all of that, but there is absolutely nothing you can do about it. I hope that those of you who have managed to escape from Nigeria will always have it at the back of your mind that either by our own making, wish or design or not, we might find ourselves back in that contraption, and then the posterity will do justice said to us. People are going through hell, even though many of them are trying to sort of downplay it or point fingers and blame others and all of that stuff, right? But everybody knows what is going down in Nigeria. I'm going to keep appealing to you that if you are not thinking before, you should begin to, start thinking about the consequences of your own actions. Nowhere is really safe for anyone. Or going back to Niger, you remember when Hopeless Uzodingba decided to take over all the hotels in Owerri for the election or charade that took place on the 11th of last month, right? And they said that they sent a circular or something, a letter to all the hotels in Owerri. And they told them that they are taking over all of them for their guests. There's a particular one that decided not to obey that call 100%. He still allowed his regular customers to use their own hotels. And this is a company. This is like a franchise hotel in Imo State and Owerri, especially, that has been operating, a business that has been existing and operating and like known since 2010. That's like 13 years ago. But because criminals have taken over Nigeria, they cannot create wealth. All they know how to do is to loot the wealth, okay, waste it. And at the end of the day, okay, demand for more. They don't know how to create wealth. So they went after this guy and he had this SOS out. I just saw that and I thought I'm going to use that on my program to show to you. When you see a big man like this, person will get business, multi-billionaire business, and he's lamenting like this because a criminal, a thug, is the governor in government. Okay? Until people like him are completely neutralized and chased out. When big man, they scream like this, and you are asking why are people going or selling their assets and leaving Nigeria? This one no reach.
Me in court, so let us sort it out. Not coming to my place to come and treating my staff and tell my staff to pack out, that my staff should go out, so they should close down. If you people force me too much, I'll close this business and you people will go and rest. I'll close it and send all these people, over 3,000 to 4,000 Igbo sons and daughters are eating from me, directly or indirectly. How many of you have these people in that you have given job? How many of you have come into Imo to come and invest like me? Why won't you allow me to rest? What is wrong with you people? You people should allow me to rest. Allow me to do my business the way I don't hurt anybody. I don't have anything to do with anybody. I do my business legitimately and so on. Please, you people should leave me alone. You people, I'm calling on you people to come and help me. Because I don't have brother, I don't have sister. You are my brother, you are my sister. I depend on you people. The youth in Imo. You people should come and ask this man question. He should leave me alone. Do his business of governance. Let us do our business of business. Keep me in court, so let us sort it out.
Do you get that? These criminals are are frustrating legitimate businesses, creating fraud because they are the government. I have told you, criminals have taken over the asylum. A lunatic have taken over the asylum. You know what that means? It simply means that somebody can wake up tomorrow and say his own solution is to demolish 1,000 houses. He can't build any successfully without even, you know what I mean, like wanting them for himself. They go say government won't build houses for the poor. They want to build shops, stores for the poor so that they will stop selling market on the roadside. Then they will use the government's money to to build that. Then they will now allocate it to themselves and said that some people have bought the place. You where they sell Worobo, you approach them and say, I used to sell here before you build the shop here. They said they are building the shops for all of us. Mama, we are building them for you now. 15 million naira. 15 million. My son, I don't get 15. That's why I've been selling on the roadside. Government said they are building it for us. Then they will bring a car or last mile anybody to beat everybody and chase them away. So even when they build something, they want to own them. They want to put their names on them. Sure you get. So people who are really creating wealth are being frustrated by the criminals who are not. So if you're outside Nigeria and you are wondering why some people are just looking for whatever they can to just get out of that place, many of them are leaving not because they are among those who are struggling or suffering and all of that. The terrorists who have taken over Nigeria, criminals and all of them, they will deal with everybody from the east to the west, from the west to the north, from the north to the middle belt, from Christians to Muslims. I keep reminding you all of that. But it seems that I've not really been succeeding in making you realize that every time you probably want to grandstand on I'm Igbo, I'm Yoruba, I'm this or that, when we are talking